Oh, hey, what's up, guys? It's been a long time coming. This video, we're gonna talk about something. Pretty big announcement for everything regarding myself, streams, POWERUP TCG, all that kind of stuff. Moving forward. Keep it locked. All right, so for those of y'all who do not know, man, my name is Justin Mitchell. I have been streaming and doing a lot of stuff on Twitch. It's how this POWERUP community online started, as an online kind of community for Twitch streaming and gaming around the end of 2018. So I'm gonna take you guys on a quick journey to this point, right? I'm gonna try to do it fairly fast, hopefully. I don't want to keep you guys too long, right? And in the suspense of things. So I started out streaming end of 2018, playing around with it. My wife later on told me I should go into trying to do it full time because I was starting to build a little bit of a community and building some support and all that kind of stuff on Twitch. Started out playing like Dragon Ball Fighters, streaming some of the TCG stuff. My computer at the time couldn't handle too much like stuff at all. I had a really bootleg setup at first, man, and then eventually when I stepped into doing it full-time at the end of like September of 2019, that is when I started doing it like full-time effort, full-time like energy into content creation and doing all that kind of stuff. And my goal was simple, man. I just wanted to be able to play games, do the things I love to do, and connect with people online, man. My heart was to be able to connect with people and hopefully make a difference in people's lives. That's what I wanted to do. So I started doing the Dragon Ball stuff, and like eventually, like, I'm a huge shooter game fan. I love a lot of shooters. Gears of War was my main for the longest time, and Gears 5 was coming out around that time. I started playing Gears 5, got into it very competitively because I was doing competitive Gears like 1, 2, and 3. And really didn't get into competitive Gears again until Gears 5. Got picked up by an esports team around that time as well locally. That was, you know, trying to do some bigger things. That ended up not working out with that particular brand and organization. But the team that I did have, stuff was pretty cool. People from my community were involved in it. And Gears kind of flopped, so I just started focusing in on other shooters and other things on Twitch and on streaming. And I still played some Dragon Ball Fighters and some Dragon Ball things. And a lot of my emotes and my alerts were all Dragon Ball related, right? So Go POWERUP stemmed from, right, the two just really big iconic things in my life and in my childhood, which was Power Rangers, right? The Go Power Rangers, right? People can clearly hear that reference in Go, right? So it's like Go Power Up instead of Go Power Rangers. And so I fused the Power Up part with Dragon Ball. So it was Power Rangers and Dragon Ball kind of coming together, but really just to make a definition out of something. Go POWERUP was really like the starting point of trying to introduce something, this idea and this concept to people of like, hey, like, go empower yourself up, power up those around you, and go out into the world and make a difference, man. Like, don't just you need to get yourself better. We need to all be better, right? And like, then go out into the world. And so we would play games, we would do this stuff, and like, we would go out and, or I would go out on streams and talk about real topics, man, from just so many different world issues that is facing and plaguing the country and the world around us, and that many of us are thinking about but don't want to necessarily talk about because we're afraid we'll get canceled or afraid people are gonna, you know, turn on me because I say this or I think like this right now. And it was like, man, I wanted a safe place for people to belong and come to, where they could feel like, man, I can power myself up. I can be around people that may not always agree with me, but lean into, and we can power ourselves up, man, together in this community. And that was using games and gaming to do that. And obviously that was just the middle ground, right? Trying to keep it short, right? So fast forward through all of that, through COVID, that was such a big chunk of time where people needed an outlet, they needed a place, and like, our community served as that. And it was an awesome time that I believe God used that for. And obviously, I was playing the Dragon Ball TCG card game forever, like years before I was streaming. And then, you know, I get into streaming, I do a little bit of the card stuff, but I was so focused on a lot of the shooter stuff, Call of Duty, like Warzone, and then Fortnite with my kids and my wife and stuff we started doing. And yeah, I literally just was focused on playing mainly those games, it felt like, man. And here we are. I rebranded. I wanted POWERUP to be this a gaming, like competitive gaming community, an entertainment community where we would entertain and have, you know, entertainment value, but also apparel. Like I really do enjoy fashion to some degree, and fusing, like most people who know my story, like I started learning a lot of social media and all this type of stuff like through my career as a hip-hop artist, and traveling and performing and putting together merch and, you know, rocking shows and stages and doing all that. And I wanted to fuse kind of hip-hop culture and like my geek and nerd culture parts of myself into one place. And so that's where the rubber was meeting the road. And so we developed what you see, the brand behind you or behind me and in front of you on the screen, and the logo and everything. That's rebranded, happened later last year, right before the end of last year. And some things started changing. I ended up actually, it wasn't end of last year, it was like the end of, I think it's 2021, end of 2021 coming into 2022. And I ended up getting a new job, a new position, and a lot of things started changing. My dad was real sick, and I took my organization and kind of fused itself and took our competitive like teams that we were trying to develop and do for like Call of Duty and all these different things, merged them with what you see up here in the top right, Ancient World Gaming. My good friend, 5-0 family, Josh Overton, put together this brand, this unique brand with a fellow friend of his who's also an NFL player, as well, running back. And they had this idea for Ancient World Gaming, and now I kind of am under the umbrella. POWERUP as an online community and brand and TCG brand is pushed itself inside of, that sounds really weird, but is inside of the Ancient World Gaming umbrella. We're underneath that covering. There's still a lot of like things we're still learning of what all that means in a sense, because recently my dad passed away. All that kind of stuff has been a lot of different things happening in 2023 already to start this year off. But here's where we get to the good stuff, okay? This is it. This is the thing I want to really just hit on for those of y'all who are new here and trying to understand what it is that POWERUP is about and what the future of my content and streaming and all that stuff's looking like, because I have not gone live in like over 2 weeks. I needed to dial back. I needed to collect my thoughts. I needed to figure out what it is that I really want to focus on, and really just make my thing, right? And as far as content goes, apparel and branding, we have all that, right? And just what our online community kind of is and represents and what our mission and vision is, that's still staying the same. The only thing is, man, is like, what do I want to like use as my gaming platform and things that how I fully want to embrace and go in and to certain communities and aspects. What do I feel like I need to be focused on as a content creator on YouTube, on Twitch, on my gaming platforms? What do I want to do? What do I really feel like I've been drawn and like just I'm passionate about? And man, anybody who knows me and has known me for any length of time knows that obviously, yes, I love hip hop and the music stuff, but when it comes to gaming and stuff, obviously I love the shooter stuff. But man, there's one thing that just continually I find myself drawing myself back into is just, man, I'm just gonna be honest, man. It's this right here. I gotta put it up. I gotta put it up so you guys can really see what it is. You know what I'm saying? And it's this right here. This is what I'm drawn to. Just listen to the music. This is what, for this point forward, what you will see me doing, what you will see me embracing and taking full account into in all my content creation is this right here. We are going in full-time content creation mode on Dragon Ball content. Dragon Ball content, ladies and gentlemen, is happening. We are going to do it. Content creator. Dragon Ball content. That's Dragon Ball TCG. That's Dragon Ball video games. That's Dragon Ball like movies and whatever episodes maybe. I don't know, but mainly the Dragon Ball TCG is I'm so invested in my local community in that. I'm so invested into the cards, into the IP, and just everything Dragon Ball. People know how I get down. That's it, man. Moving forward is Dragon Ball content. It's Dragon Ball content. So your boy will be, from this point forward, a Dragon Ball content creator. Okay? Again, TCG will be probably the main focus because we got like 9, 10, 11, almost 12 people now under the umbrella of POWERUP TCG, right? On our kind of sponsored or player community that we formed. And shout out to those guys if you're watching, man. Appreciate all of you bearing with me as I've been solo dolo on a lot of this, but soon come that will not be the case of how I lead the charge in this. And I'm excited about the future, being with Ancient World and what that means and what that looks like, because they're going to be dominating the esports scene. They're already doing a lot of big things with Call of Duty. They're about to move in on some bigger stuff with Apex Legends and a plethora of other things that I can't really even talk about. But I know that my friend Josh and my dude Antonio Williams is going to be killing it in all that they do. So shout out to Ancient World Gaming, AWG. Appreciate all that you guys do. And I've been out of the loop. I've been a little off the scene and the grid a little bit because of life and things with family and things I've had to take some time to do. But coming back into this after a 2 to 3 week hiatus off streams, you guys are going to see me streaming on Twitch, right? Make sure you hit the link in the description. Twitch.tv/GoGoPowerUp. Make sure you go there. Power yourself up on the channel. We have some of the dopest, best alerts that are all custom power up and Dragon Ball related. You know what I'm saying? We even got Shenron that shows all up on the screen. You know what I mean? If you do the right thing to trigger it, right? You gotta collect all 7 Dragon Balls in a sense to make Shenron show up, but he'll show up. There's so many cool things that we have within our community that is just ready and itching for the Dragon Ball content that I believe people are going to be excited to see me partake of and just be involved in. And I believe what we can bring to the table is something different and unique, different perspectives, different ideas, different types of content. And on top of that, man, it's going to be positive. It's going to be encouraging. It's going to be stuff that's going to hopefully encourage these communities and really do what we see Goku and what we see those guys do, which is power up, right? And that's a metaphor in our own life to power ourselves up, right? And there's ways to do that in various ways. And I know the source where we really get that full power up, and people gonna get that too. So we can talk about it. Y'all come through, check out the streams, come through, play on TCG webcam events, come play on the digital card game as that comes out, the digital stuff. I'm gonna be all over that, as well as, you know, Tenkaichi 4 is being announced and released at some point. So we're gonna be playing Xenoverse, we're gonna be playing Fighters, we're gonna play Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, we're gonna be playing the card game. Just Dragon Ball in and of itself, everything Dragon Ball related, you can catch me on from this point forward. Doesn't mean that I will never play Fortnite here and there, or, you know, maybe some Call of Duty maybe every once in a while, but realistically, 95%, 98, 99% of everything I do is going to be Dragon Ball related on the content that we push out from this point forward on this channel, right? A lot of it's TCG though, video games included though as well. So love you guys, man. Thank you for watching. Thank you for getting to know and hear my heart and catching up on where I've been at mentally and just in between all of this stuff, man. Thank y'all for bearing with me. If you've been part of this community, you guys deserve a round of applause. I appreciate all of you. The Power Up community is awesome, and we would love to have you and your friends and anybody else who's a big fan of Dragon Ball come through, show some love, show some support, and just be a part of one of the greatest online communities, I believe, within this space that is going to be a place and a space for people who have a love and a passion, just like I do, for Dragon Ball and its whole entire franchise to just belong to and have some communication around and enjoy that type of content, but also talk about real life stuff, man. It's welcome. You know what I mean? So that's what we're here to do. So power yourself up, power up those around you, and go out into the world and make a difference. I love you guys. See y'all soon.